Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti. I am MrPhotographer.com. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips on using Lightroom's graduated filter that I think you're going to use every day. Real quick, many of you know that all my videos are free. I don't charge for any video content. I don't have any premium videos that cost extra. I really do believe in free education. How I do earn some money is I sell Lightroom presets and profiles, and I accept donations. If you're interested in the Lightroom presets and profiles, in the description below this video will be an email address. If you email me, I will send you a promo code so you could get my presets and or profiles for 50% off. Also in the description below the video will be a link to a web page which describes how you could make a donation that helps me make these free videos. Now, as far as the graduated filter is concerned, over the years, I've kind of discovered some tips and techniques on using the filter that are kind of hidden, and I think will help you really process your image in a much more efficient way. The first tip I'm going to share with you just really is how you apply the filter itself. Now I'm going to open up the graduated filter, and for the demonstration I'm just going to have exposure all the way down so you could definitely see what I'm doing. And typically, if you have an image like this and let's say you want to enhance the sky a little bit, you probably want the graduated filter around the horizon line. So you would take the cursor, put it on the horizon line, click with the left mouse button and drag down. And when you do that, you'll notice that the top line of the 3 lines stays stationary. The middle line and the bottom line start moving away from that top line. And when you do that, then you kind of moved where the whole graduated filter is, and typically you probably want that middle line right on the horizon line, so you'd probably move it up, and then you might not like the graduation, so you're going to grab one of the other lines and maybe pull it down, and then you're going to have to move it up again, so you have to do all this readjusting. There's really a better and more efficient way to do this. If you hold the Alt or Option key, that's Alt if you have a PC, Option if you have a Mac, while you apply the graduated filter, what you'll find is that the center line stays stationary and the 2 outer lines move out from the center line. In my opinion, this is a much more effective way to apply the graduated filter in a very precise area, in this case on the horizon line. Also, a little kind of micro tip, which you probably know already, if you hold the Shift key in at the same time, you will make the graduated filter stay perfectly horizontal, so you can't tilt it. So in this case, I could keep it perfectly horizontal on the horizon line, then I could just maybe micro adjust it. But I think that Alt Option key tip really is a better way to apply the graduated filter. Because really that center line is the important line, and you want to put that in a very specific place. And if you're not holding in that Alt or Option line, you're dragging that center line down with you. Or conversely, if you're applying a graduated filter to the bottom part of the image and you're pushing up, you're pushing that center line up. If you just hold the Alt or Option key in while you do that and hold the Shift key at the same time, you could just leave that center line exactly where you want it. And I think that's a much better way to apply the filter. Now, the second tip is probably my favorite tip. You know that Lightroom is very limited with masking. You have some masking with the graduated filter, radial filter, and brush, but it's not that super great, right? Well, there's a little trick you could do that really will help you enhance the masking tools. Now I'm going to work on this image here, and for this demonstration actually I'm just going to make it just slightly smaller, just so you could better see what I'm doing. Now I have the graduated filter and I still have exposure all the way down. If you'd like to apply the graduated filter so it affects every single pixel in the image equally, go to any corner of the image, and for this demonstration I'm going to go to this lower left hand corner. So click at the lower left hand corner and then drag off the screen or off the image. Now you could see that it affected every single pixel, obviously, right? So this is kind of another way you could kind of double up. So if you're basic, let's say you did some basic adjustments and you have shadows all the way up at plus 100, and you found that you probably want to open up shadows even more, put the graduated filter off the corner like this, and then you could come in with the shadow slider and open up shadows even more, and it will affect every single pixel. But actually, I think the real power of this method has to do with the masking, specifically the range mask. If we go down here to the range mask and I go to color, let's say I want to enhance the sky. I could put a graduated filter right around here, right? Like right in here somewhere, but it's going to affect the buildings as well. I just want to affect the sky. Well, put the graduated filter as I have it off the corner, so it's affecting every single pixel. Go to the range mask, and in this case, I'm going to pick the color range mask. You could pick the luminance as well. It depends on what you're doing. But for this image, I'm going to pick the color. I'm going to get the eyedropper, and I'm going to click on the blue sky. So I'm just going to affect the blue sky. And the blue sky that's going to be between the buildings, it's going to affect that as well. And now I'm going to go to clarity, and I'm going to pop clarity all the way up to plus 100. Now see what it did? Watch, I'll go before, after. Do you see it's only affecting the sky? There's before, after. And if you look closely, like in the building area here, it's affecting that as well. But it's not affecting the buildings at all. It's only affecting the sky. Here, let's bring that to a more realistic level. Here, maybe a better way to see it is with the dehaze. Yeah, there you go. So there's before and after. So this is a great way to mask out part of the image with the very limited masking tools that are available in Lightroom. And again, I think this is probably my favorite little graduated filter trick. So I could just enhance the sky only in this case. And again, you don't have to use the color mask. You could use the color range mask. You could use the luminance range mask if that's what your image needs. And then you could come in and really adjust a very specific part of the image. Just remember, put the graduated filter off a corner, any corner, and just drag it out so that it's affecting every pixel in the image, and you'll be good to go. Now, for this next and last tip, I'm going to just jump back. Let me close this for a minute. I'm going to jump back to this image, and we'll go back to a fit. We'll fit it to screen. Now, a lot of people don't know this, and I really thought everyone knew this. When you add a graduated filter, let's say, and I'm going to add it to the sky again, all right? So I'm going to hold the Shift key in and the Alt key in, so I'm putting a graduated filter right on the sky. And for just the demonstration, this isn't something I want to really do. I'll have exposure down to minus a stop or so, okay? A lot of people don't know. Let's say we had something maxed out and we needed more. You need more sharpness, you need more clarity, something like that. Well, a lot of people don't realize you could double this graduated filter. To do that, simply right-click right on the little button and you'll see duplicate. And when you do that, you'll notice that it's now twice as dark. Here's before, here's Command. I'll just hit Command Z on my Mac. If you have a PC, it's Control Z. It will undo your last step. So there, see how that's not as dark? We'll go on here again, right click, duplicate, and it's darker. And you could actually not just double it, you could triple it. You could quadruple it. So you could keep duplicating your adjustments. Now you see how dark it's getting? So I'll just undo it. Command Z, so that was 4 times, now it's 3 times. I'll hit Command Z again, that's twice. Hit Command Z again, and that's our single adjustment. So this again probably comes in handy if you max out something like, I don't know, we open up shadows, let's say, and bring highlights down, and that just isn't doing it good enough for us, right? Here, let's bring that back. There we go. Oh, bring that down, bring that up. I don't know, we don't want to bring that up. Bring this down, let's say. There we go. Maybe bring that up a little bit. But we need highlights down a little more. Let's just for the sake of argument. And then we could go on here, right click, duplicate. And there, so that's just a way you could get a little more heavier adjustment applied when you're maxing out some slider. So those are the 3 tips that I think you'll probably use every single time you use the graduated filter, especially that Alt Option trick where you're actually leaving the center line still and moving the other 2 lines out from the center line. I exclusively apply a graduated filter using that method. That's the only way I do it. I think it works best that way. So that's it for this video. I'd like to thank everyone that watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. Remember, in the description below this video, there'll be that email address. Email me and I'll give you a promo code to get my presets and or profiles for 50% off. Also, there'll be a link to the donation page if you would be kind enough to make a donation to help support free videos. I really would appreciate that. Thank you so much.